The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Assemble! And we take off the overlay. All right. I can do it. There we go. Good job. Thank you. Like I said, Fantastic Forum, assemble. You're watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night, as the case may be, depending on wherever you are in the world. And if you're not, you just stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, well, look, I guess I won't go there first. First, he is our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He's our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
I don't know what to do. I wasn't ready. I never go first.
I know.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I was literally about to get up and grab something from back there. When I heard you say, nope, not going there. And I was
like, what? Exactly.
Us always comes
first. Next, he is our riddle inside of the Enigma trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him. You love him anyway. He's our silent assassin, Jay.
Hey.
You're glowing, Jay. Are you pregnant? Jay's pregnant.
No.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry. I shouldn't just ask you like that. I apologize. No,
yeah. that's a HIPAA violation, man.
Exactly. Next, he's the backbone.
You pissed off the intern. Now Jay's gonna come and complain against you, man.
Exactly. Next, he's the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magnum.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, now you don't know say. No,
yeah. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
We weren't ready. Got it. As for myself, my name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mary Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We got a great show for you today. We are going to be talking to you all about the new CW show, Gotham Knights. And we are also going to be talking to you all about the HBO Max animated series, Poor Devil. I was about to say the wrong name, but I think I got it right. Poor Devil.
Yeah, it's
right.
Well, what were you gonna call it?
Okay.
What were you gonna?
Little Demon.
Yeah, that's not that one.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So Poor Devil. Yeah, and of course we'll talk about whatever else it is that you all want to talk about, and we'll tell you how it is. You can do that in just a moment. But before we do all that, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, this show would not exist. So thank you, Scott Rubin. Hope you're doing well, good sir. Also, I guess we can just get to it. We can tell you how it is you get down with Fantastic Forum. Intern, here we go.
Want to get in on the action? Call Fantastic Forum on Skype and join the fun. Too shy to call in? That's okay. You can join the Discord chat room available at
fantasticforum.live.
Join the party. You know you want to.
Thank you, intern. Thank you all. So yeah, get down with Fantastic Forum. Go to fantasticforum.live. You can jump into chat. You can click the link, the call-in link, and become the 5th member of Fantastic Forum if you'd like to do that. Yeah, there's a number of different ways to participate. So please do that. You know, it's like we love to incorporate your thoughts, your ideas into the show. So yeah, gents, how's everybody feeling? You all doing good? Cool. Oh, out.
There you go.
Mo's like, I'm gone. It's okay. Look, while Mo's gone, Jay, Oz, have either one of you been playing Marvel Snap at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Why you say it like that, Oz? Yeah.
No, it's just not as much, but I've been really busy lately too.
I do know
Um,
that. I do know that. I mean, like if you're not on the show, I get it.
but yeah, not as I've still been playing it, and I'm actually my current deck has been doing really, really well. It's just I haven't had time to play and move up there in rank.
What kind of deck are you using now?
It's the same one, just a little bit tuned. Because when I played you guys, it was when they had just ruined the leader, and that was always
Oh, right.
me putting it on the table. Because yeah, um, so yeah, I retooled it a little bit, and so it's similar, but I had to move around some cards, and it's been working so far.
Got it. Got it. We all need to try playing against each other again. Um, I whatchamacallit, I recently got Thanos. I saved up my tokens and got Thanos. And yeah, man, it's a thing of beauty, man. It's interesting though, because I was just thinking about how, you have like at this point you kind of have like the big three cards that are kind of like, the series 5, like top of the pile kind of cards with like Galactus and Thanos and Kang is in there too, even though I don't, some people have different thoughts on Kang. But it's interesting because I was like, how come there's no like good guys up there? Like it's all like big bads, Like I wonder how come like
When you
they should make
say
like
the
Mhm.
big cards, you mean just because they're the large villains in the universe, or like are you people actually using them a lot? Because I haven't seen any of those.
Oh
I mean,
wow. No, I mean,
obviously, occasionally I'll see one. Thanos I've seen once, and I knew he was
okay.
coming because there was an Infinity Gems being played from the get go.
Of
So
course,
yeah,
of
I
course. No.
knew he was coming. I haven't seen Kang at all.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
dude, the Kang effect is pretty awesome. Like it's definitely worth like experiencing just because there's like a whole production that
Wait,
happens when somebody plays Kang.
wait, is that the one where like they play their full turn and then you get to play the turn or something like that? Because then if that's it, then I might have seen it.
That's what it
Okay, so yeah,
basically
so I saw it
literally.
once.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, so I saw that one once. What was the third one you said?
Oh, Galactus.
I I've seen Galactus a few times, but not like enough to say, oh, this is a big deal.
It's more
I
so like
I
I say
love
that. Oh, good.
because I got to play Galactus once, but it was like an accident. Like they had it or something, and I did a thing where I get to use one of their cards, you know, or where it gives you a random card, and I got to play it, and I'm like, oh man, this is worth like the 5,000, just the effect itself.
Mhm.
I'm like, I love this, and
The
yeah,
effect is awesome.
I really enjoyed that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
sorry, I didn't mean
that's
to
kind of
cut
like
you off.
the basis of my deck. It's randomness, and I'm playing your cards. Like, what's your best card? Now it's my card too.
That's interesting. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
look,
know that.
they're like morph randomly, like just taking out his whole. It
Yeah,
goofy stuff like that happens all the time with my deck.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That Thanos Lockjaw, that right there is pretty much the top, like one of the top decks in Marvel Snap right now. Like
So
with
what's
some,
I think
No,
I
no.
saw
some.
one of that. You get Lockjaw out, and then he cycles your cards till you get the big ones. Is that the trick there?
Yeah, I mean,
No,
not
it's not
only
one
like
of them.
Oh, go ahead.
It's not one of them. It's the top deck right now.
Jay, I mean, okay, well, there you go. Jay's like, correction, the top deck. Yeah, the idea is you're basically using Lockjaw as an engine, and you use the stones. You play the stones on Lockjaw, and you cycle through those bigger cards.
Oh, I forgot
But
about the
also,
stones. Yeah.
yeah, Exactly. So it's pretty crazy, man. It is, and especially like if you get that Quinjet out, then all the stones are cost 0.
And then if you
So
get leech in time, nobody could use Killmonger against you.
mhm.
Theoretically, you could get Leech turn 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. Yeah, you could.
I,
Yeah,
I actually have all these, I think, except Magneto.
I have all of those except for Thanos.
yeah, man.
Maybe
No, I mean,
Lockjaw, I have to see.
it is an amazing deck.
I've been playing with a deck that is all like everybody's just one cost card primarily. I got like 6 one cost cards, and then Kazar and Blue Marvel and Patriot, and they just boost everybody.
Mhm.
Brood, a little squirrel girl there. And
Mhm.
man, I've gotten a few, like I edged out a win just because he was using a move deck, and he moved where he shouldn't have, and I ended up winning. So
Yeah.
I actually screen grab in case we do get to talk about Snap here. Uh,
Oh,
see if I
nice.
can. So that's it right there. That's how it ended up coming out. If you can see that. Um, but basically,
It's
he moved
tiny.
from the hub.
It's tiny.
Yeah, he moved from the hub, and it
Oh.
ended up he moved over to the miniature lab to get that,
Oh.
like get all those. Oh, or he filled that up and then moved to the middle, and I still ended up winning the middle because Polaris moved that Ant-Man to there, and they put it at 4, so I got buffed there. And then
Nice.
so he ruined himself a little bit on like turn 4, and then I just used Kazar on my last turn, Kazar and the Brood, and did my thing, and that worked
Nice.
pretty good for me on my last turn.
Nah, man,
So
it's a pretty amazing game, man. It's like, and this season is the basically the X-Men themed season with Nimrod
yeah,
as the card that comes with the season pass, and all
yeah,
the variants are
I'm gonna buy
X
the
themed.
season pass this time.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool, and Nimrod is a cool card. I know that I haven't personally figured
I
out how to
want
get
the
it to work for me.
Wolverine icon. I want the little Wolverine icon.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
variant is,
the Wolverine avatar.
yeah. I don't like the avatars I get so far, but
Yeah, they do have one of the um one of the variants is Punk Sentinel variant, and that's one of the avatars, and that's a pretty cool looking thing. Like, yeah, so I'm excited about it. I'm hoping that I actually reach infinite uh this season, so I can get like all the rewards at the end and all that kind of stuff too. Which, I mean, with this Thanos deck is a possibility, but we'll see. I don't know. I got to play more, and it's like the month's like halfway through, but I got like another.
Jay, can you
15.
put that code for that deck into our chat?
Where's the code?
I don't know. That website usually has the code. You can get it in one of the, like just put it to your clip. Yeah.
The very least you could, or even if you can't find the code, you can just put the link.
Yeah. I think
in chat.
no, 'cause I think I can get that deck, and even without the Magneto, I think I still do pretty good.
I would agree with you. Like, you can take out Magneto and use Infinite instead, and it'll be just as good.
Yeah.
Because the movement for Magneto isn't like that big of a deal. Yeah, it's just more the fact that it's a high cost card.
And everybody that I've seen use Magneto against me ends up shooting himself in the foot. So, because I use destroyed.
They're not looking at their cars. They're not looking. Yeah.
Like they didn't see the pattern of what I'm doing. I use a lot of destroyed decks, and so moving them, like, yeah, maybe I don't get buffed, but that place where you put Magneto because of that number, the energy level, it's where I don't even want to have cards anyway. You know.
Tiger Claw is in chat. He says, let's see, still playing Marvel Snap? Did you spend any actual money playing it? These games can do that to you if you become addicted. And he also says, since Marvel Snap is so popular, maybe it's time for DC to have its own Marvel Snap type game. I will say that this month was the first month I actually did spend money. And I'm whatchamacallit. I'm okay with it. It's X-Men season. I'm a big X-Men fan, so I want all that stuff. And as far as DC having a game like this, I would love to see that, honestly. Like this kind of like quick play strategy card game kind of thing is super cool to me. Like what they've done with it from the Marvel side of things. If the developers, Second Dinner, if they could get the DC license or whatnot, or would be able to work with DC, I would play that game too. And the other part of it too would be like, I feel like it would help me I won't say help me. I'd say it would be interesting because I'm sure in the same way how there's like some characters that like people have no idea who they are in the Marvel universe. And, their first introduction to them is through Marvel Snap. I feel like that would probably happen to me with some DC characters where I would just be like, who is that?
Well, for me, it's like I just seeing how like the amount of work they put into some of these Marvel, like, okay, this is this character, this is what he does, and like the abilities or the support abilities, like they kind of fit really well. Like they kind of studied them a little bit. There's a couple weird ones, but for the most part, they're all like fitting. Like even Cyclops, don't do nothing, but he just leads. And it's just a hype, like let's go, And then, but when you're putting Cyclops on the board, he's like firing this optic blast at the other side, all big and shit. While he's saying let's go. So it's like that works. It's like like that's all I need Cyclops for. So it'd be interesting if they put that much effort into a DC one. I think you could do some pretty cool shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I do wish that he did something as a Cyclops fan.
I feel like that just in general. Every time I see Cyclops in the comics.
How dare you? He's the bedrock of the mutant nation. How dare you? But I could totally imagine like a DC type game like Marvel Snap that would it would be pretty or it potentially could be pretty amazing. I mean, there's a lot of great characters, and so it'll be interesting to see. I think they need to make a super before when I was talking about Series 5 Oz, like those cards are like they cost more than the other ones, and they have pretty powerful effects generally speaking. Like how Galactus basically destroys the other two locations. It's like there's no other card that does something like that really. And of course the same thing with Thanos and all of the gems that he has on the board and all that. It's like it would be cool if they did a good guy that was powerful like that. And I was trying to think of like who that would be. The best I could come up with was maybe like if they did like an adult Franklin Richards, like how
oh yeah,
like one of those kinds of cards, like and I mean the variant can be like the young Franklin Richards, but the original card is like Franklin Richards is probably one of those cards where I don't know what he would do, but that would be pretty cool. Like I could totally see. Yeah.
I just clicked that link that Jay put in, and I updated one of my decks, and I'm missing 2 cards.
Oh,
so I'm missing
what's the other one?
Magneto and Quinjet.
And I will tell you, you don't have to have Quinjet because I've won plenty of Thanos games. Well, I can't say plenty. I've only played like maybe a dozen or so, but I only had Quinjet for like maybe a quarter of those.
But my thing is more of well, what do I put? Because instead, like I know I can do Infinite instead of Magneto, because again with the
Right.
movement, not that big a deal.
Mhm.
So I leave another space. Like, what should I use instead of the Quinjet?
If it was me, and you know, like the Quinjet, of course, like as soon as you get that, you should put it in that deck. But if it was me, I would put something that is either like something that will help you play, like ramp your deck. So like a Psylocke or Electro, even though well, maybe not Electro, because Electro actually it will make it so you only can play one card, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But you know what I would do is
I like to think
Psylocke.
Yeah.
Psylocke, or you know what else? I would think maybe Okoye. Okoye might be a good addition.
Okay. Yeah, I for sure have Okoye too.
Yeah, Okoye. What's going on with you, Jay? You look like you're having a good time.
I am.
You don't usually enjoy our show this much, so you must be enjoying something else. No.
Yeah. So Christmas Later has a new movie coming out called Chupa. It's about a chupacabra, like a family finding a chupacabra.
Christian Slater?
Yeah.
Okay.
But apparently marketing dropped the ball because chupa in Spanish means to suck off.
Yeah.
It's funny that they named this kid's movie To Suck Off.
Oh, it's a kid's movie. You didn't say that part.
No, I didn't. But yeah, it's a kid's movie. Some kids find a baby chupacabra and they take care of it. And Christian Slater's trying to hunt it for he's like a mad scientist or something.
I see. Look,
it's Harriet the Hendersons all over again, but with other cryptozoology.
It looks nothing like a chupacabra.
Listen, well, look, all it takes literally is like one Latino producer, and that helps your whole thing right there. They don't even be executive producer, even though they probably should be. But you got no Latinos on here that told you that you can't call your movie Chupa.
That movie can't win an Academy Award now because they got no Latino people working on it, right?
Right. Oh, that's so crazy, man. Look, they it don't even have to be like a freaking like don't have no Latin adjacent people. You have no black person from New York that would have told you like Chupa God. You know, it can't be Chupa.
This thing looks like a puppy with raccoon hands.
Oh, dude! Please, wait. Show us the Chupa. Show us what it looks like.
The thing is, it's like you can't really you can't make a movie where kids get endeared by a chupacabra if you make them look like he's supposed to look. You know,
right? But that's what he's supposed to look like.
Like what?
Like, I don't know what to tell you. Not like a puppy.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
it's supposed to be like hair. It's supposed to have like spines down its back.
Yeah,
it's supposed to look a lot more like a gremlin.
Yeah, but it's not. What I'm saying is like a kid's not gonna get endeared by it if it looks like that. So,
I don't know, man. That Gizmo was cute.
Yeah, but he didn't look. But that's the thing. Gizmo don't look like a chupacabra either.
Even that gremlin with the mohawk, dude.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Come on, don't tell me if you saw a dude, you would be like, oh shit.
No, look, that one's different, but it still changed into a gremlin after. It wasn't like they got him as like full on gremlins, you know? They got him as Mogwai. Yeah.
What would friggin' Gizmo look like if he did get wet and changed into a gremlin?
Well, if he got wet, he would just lay eggs, but he would, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. If he ate and changed into a gremlin.
Yeah. he would I don't know, man. He'd probably still be cute.
Well, he
Probably.
wouldn't be evil, right? Because it's not like the personality changed of those Mogwai.
Right.
They get a little more extreme, but yeah, definitely not like yeah.
Well,
Oh,
because
man.
now they had claws, now they could do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they can actually do stuff. Because they were more mischievous when they were all cute. Then they got like violent when they had longer reach. Yeah.
Right. These fools got mobility now. They're like, oh, we're messing everything up.
Except for that one that becomes a woman and gets all hot.
Yeah.
That chupacabra is adorable.
We found her at Comic-Con one year. I don't know if you remember.
I remember a statue like that. I don't remember like a cosplayer, if that's what you mean.
No, we got a cosplay. Yeah, it's on our Instagram somewhere. And she's like wearing the cocktail dress and everything. And they were like, well, I was like, it's like, I don't want to get it wet.
That joint, it looked like
yeah,
it looked like Lilo.
Yeah, but I like it. I'm with it.
What is it? Drinking coffee too?
It's drinking abuelita chocolate.
It's actually, you're right. It's hot cocoa.
Oh, it's a kid. Yeah, hot cocoa.
Yeah, I like
Funny,
the design. I don't mind. Look, yeah, it's Harry and the Hendersons all over again. I like that too.
Right. So, did you all? Oh, there. Like Tiger Glove says. Speaking of Academy Awards, how great is it that a sci-fi movie wins the Best Picture? This is a huge deal. Did you all watch the Academy Awards? You all watch the Oscars?
Nah.
I did.
Yeah,
My
I
movie.
watched some of it.
My movie didn't win.
Your movie, Moses?
It was
wait.
Banshees of Inisherin.
Now he's saying that it's great a sci-fi picture won. Didn't Shape of Water win?
No, it didn't. It lost to Parasite.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty
I
sure.
remember Shape of Water winning something.
I think Guillermo del Toro won it for Best Director, right?
Best Director, but not Best Picture.
Right. They didn't win Best Picture.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. We had a whole conversation today at the shop with it where some guy's girlfriend, and this is how I know my work, like what we're doing here at Fantastic Forum is actually worth it. Where they're like, they did comic book shit in that movie, but how come comic book movies never get nominated? Was like what my client's girlfriend said, and it's like, I'm like, yeah, like Everything Everywhere All at Once got like nominated because it's, well, I don't want to say it's because it's all Asian people, but I think that had a big
but
part.
You will.
No, it had a big part to do with it. Women talking was all white women talking, and then was it Banshees of Inisherin was all white men not talking to each other, and then Elvis was white men singing, and then what's the other one? Like Fableman's was like white adjacent, like a biopic,
Is it white adjacent? It's not Steven Spielberg's like stories.
Yeah, but he's Jewish, so like he had a hard time coming up because they didn't like him being Jewish. So, like, yeah. So and then there's what's the other one? Avatar is blue people fighting. So so it was a weird year for Best Pictures. Like you got a lot of good ones in there. And look, I enjoyed women talking, even though it was like I didn't realize the sense of women talking. It really meant women talking. I thought it was like women talking and then killing the rapists. But that would be a different movie, and that's not what the movie was. And then men not talking, like, man, that had one of the best lines ever where he's like, why don't you want to talk to me? He's like, I'm just done with you. I'm tired of listening to your bullshit. And then Colin Farrell's like, well, what? Like just yesterday we were talking and having a good time. Yeah, you kept talking about the stringy shit you found in your donkey shit. And then he's like, it was my cow shit. So that proves you weren't even listening. And that shit cracked me the fuck up. I remembered it when I was taking a piss and I laughed and I sprayed all over the place.
By the way, Shape of Water did win Academy Award. Parasite was 2 years later. And don't forget, there's a Lord of the Rings as a winner, too.
But wait, but did it win Best Picture?
Yes, that's what I just said.
Shape of Water won Best Picture?
2017. Shape of Water, Best Picture. Parasite was 2019.
Oh, okay. Look, our bad. Man, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. But
I would
either
say
way,
Shape of Water does count.
well, then what did Del Toro lose out to Parasite? Was it like Nightmare Alley?
Don't even see him nominated. I'm just looking at Best Picture. I don't know if he has any.
Yeah, but like, who did it beat? Like,
Parasite beat Ford versus Ferrari, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story, 1917, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
okay.
Yeah. That was a stacked year. That's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 1917 was better than Parasite.
I actually haven't seen Parasite, so
Or
I don't know.
1917.
I saw 1917. 1917 was amazing, actually. I really liked it.
That could have been nominated this year because those white guys running around. Oh, well, actually, they all Quiet on the Western Front was that. Sorry.
Look, didn't they give Jamie Lee Curtis an Academy Award just because they didn't have enough white people?
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything in that movie, right? He's in it for like 5 minutes.
I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. But according to my client that watched the movie, he thought it was a movie that came out years ago, and he's like, "Oh, this popped up on my feed. Let me watch it." She's like, she was good in it, but she wasn't like, he agreed that the daughter that was in the character, like just from what I seen in the little blurbs that they showed at the Oscars, like the daughter should have been the best supporting actress from that movie, not Jamie Lee Curtis. And I love Jamie Lee Curtis, but Angela Bassett in Wakanda Forever, I watched that. I think that she was better than both of them. Like that young girl she's got another few years to get another Academy Award. But I think this should have been Angela Bassett's year.
Angela Bassett was amazing in that movie.
Yeah,
she should have won. Do you know?
She should have been Black Panther at the end of that movie.
She was Black Panther throughout the movie without the suit. Yeah,
right.
She definitely would have looked better in the suit than that.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel bad for her because now she's in that shitty 911 show and she can't leave it because she didn't win the Academy Award. And Emily and Liz love that show. And I'm like, hey, Liz, look, this might be the last season. She might not be coming back. Be prepared for her death because if she's gonna win that, like to me, she was a lock.
Yeah, this is gonna blow your mind, but Jamie Lee Curtis and Angela Bassett are the same age.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis don't look bad, but she just looks like
she don't look bad, but she don't look like Angela Bassett.
Nah, but look, I can't comment on
that. When I watched her in Wakanda Forever, like the first time you see her, she's wearing that hat, that Wakandan hat, and then you get to one scene where she's not wearing a hat, and you see her white hair, and like, oh crap, I forgot this isn't a young woman anymore.
Right?
She is that.
Yeah.
Whatever she's doing, she needs to put out a video and say, "Look, this is what you got to eat. This is what you got to work out. You shouldn't be drinking that beer."
100%. It's like you want to look like this in your 60s. It's like craziness, man. It's insane. Yeah. All right, we should get to some of these.
One last comment from Fire Club. It's about K Hui Kwan, the short round, and he won. So congratulations to him. I was happy for him.
Dude, his speech was amazing, man.
Yeah, but his career has been crazy, and he's always been good, even since he was little. Like, he acted like he was
Temple of Doom.
Yeah, like he added a whole layer to Indiana Jones in that one. So I'm glad 100%. He finally got he finally got his he got some he got an accolade. It's so easy
that
for him
joke.
to.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, it was so easy for him to just disappear, especially being a child actor. And he tried to, and according to his speech, his wife didn't let him. So
Right.
yeah, I'm happy he won. Yeah.
That joke that Jimmy Kimmel made about how both he and Brendan Fraser were both in Encino Man, and how they're both nominated for Oscars tonight. And he said like
Yeah.
how it was a great night for them and a tough night for Pauly Shore. Like that joint was hilarious. Like
Yeah.
like hey,
I love Pauly Shore, so I didn't like it.
no, I like Pauly Shore too, but that just is just funny. And
It is
Encino
funny.
Man, like
Yeah.
I loved that movie. I really did. Like
Yeah.
I remember going to the theater watching Encino Man and laughing my ass off.
Yeah. I was offended for Pauly Shore, even though I'm a Jimmy Kimmel fan. I'm a punch.
Yeah.
Keep Pauly Shore's name out your motherfucking mouth. Next
That would
time
be
I see
funny.
Jimmy Kimmel, I'm a punch.
Oh, dude. It's like Jimmy out here. He didn't know people were going hard for Pauly Shore like that.
Yeah.
All right, y'all ready to talk about what do you want to talk about first? Y'all want to talk about Gotham Knights, or you want to talk about Poor Devil?
Let's do Gotham Knights.
Do it.
Did you all watch Gotham Knights?
Yes. You told me. That's what happens when you
No, more about gel coat. When the fourth round, don't you call it?
Does it look good already? Jumbo Scampi for limited.
I agree. All right, let's go.
Well, if you guys watched Gotham Knights, because I said that I watched it, then I would like to apologize to you guys.
You didn't watch it?
No, I did.
No.
But
because
you had to watch it.
Oz, why don't you tell the people? Oh, go ahead.
No, it doesn't matter. Go ahead, Oz. Move the show.
Tell people what Gotham Knights is.
Gotham Knights is supposedly a TV show about the next generation of heroes, where Batman gets killed, and so his son has to team up with some villains to find the killer, and it is not good. Like I feel like they were trying to, like, somebody watched Titans and said, you know, we should do that. We got like the Batman license, right? Why can't we do that? And then they try to do it, and they're like, well, Titans is popular, so we can't use Dick Grayson. Oh, now they got Tim Drake in there. Oh, Jason Todd's in there too. We're running out of Robins. Well, let's just give him a random son. That's not a Robin.
But I mean, they had Spoiler, and they had Carrie Kelly.
But Spoiler wasn't Spoiler.
I know that, but it's still Stephanie Brown.
Honestly, like I completely forgot that Carrie Kelly was supposed to be in it. And when I saw like somebody like a batarang hit somebody, I was like, oh shit, Stephanie Brown, she's been keeping it on the low. Like, oh, she's gonna show up as Batgirl or something. Oh shit, I forgot there's a Robin that doesn't look like a Robin. and it's Carrie Kelly.
Like a Robin. That's true.
And it's supposed to be Carrie Kelly, and continues Hollywood's trend of hating on redheads for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why they
Which
made
is
up
odd
this kid.
because important. Everybody loves redheads.
I don't know. I just don't get what the plan was with this kid. I don't think anybody on this show writing this show understands any of these characters. Like there's a point where this I don't even remember the kid's name. The guy's supposed to be Bruce Wayne's adopted son.
Taylor Hawkins.
He's talking to somebody, and they're talking about Bruce Wayne, Batman. Everybody knows, And I'm sitting there going, that's not Batman at all. Like, no, that if you adopted this kid would be in a Robin suit fighting alongside him.
Right? Yeah.
Like
He's the redheaded stepchild of the Bat family. Like, I don't even want you to be Robin.
That's the other thing. I don't think there is a Bat family. I think Carrie Kelly's supposed to be the only Robin because the guy they showed at Bruce Wayne was pretty young.
Yeah.
They don't talk about, if this kid is like the only heir to the fortune, that means there's no other adopted kids.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a Grayson or Jason Todd or anybody.
At the very least, they would have showed up to the funeral.
Yeah, they don't. Harvey Dent doesn't act like Harvey Dent to me. Like, I don't see that.
He doesn't act like
that other personality back there.
He doesn't act like a DA.
He acts like Commissioner Gordon.
Right, or Harvey Bullock at the very least. So when they say Harvey, I'm like, oh, he's playing Harvey Bullock? Because, he's going door to door announcing the death, and he's at the crime scene, which, how long was that crime scene there? They had enough time to throw him out the window and then write your bat is dead, but they wanted to see it from the inside, so they wrote it so you see it from the inside, not from the outside, which defeats the point. Like, who's gonna see it up there? Like, you write it on the pavement.
Also, when they find Bruce Wayne's body and he's got the cowl, it's like 2 sizes too big.
Hey, listen, don't call that a cowl. That was the first thing where I was just, well, not the first thing.
That's the Moses Magnum.
But I was like,
that he's got.
Right, it's like a little domino. Right, exactly, right. It's like, I was like, why are they doing this? I was like, why did they give Batman that mask like that? Like, that's so weird. It's literally like a big domino mask.
The only character that comes close to what they are in the comic books is Bluebird and her brother. I don't think they understand Duella Dent at all, like how she started calling herself Joker's daughter or anything. Like, I don't think they realize she's not really Joker's daughter.
That's supposed to be that character?
Yeah. But they literally make her, like, they even say she grew up in Arkham after Joker left her mom for Harley Quinn.
Right, which is like, wait, why would you keep the baby in Arkham?
Well, look, I can't really knock that because my grandmother grew up in a prison till she was 10. So that's just what people do. Yeah, she was born in prison, and they released her when she was 10.
Right, but my whole point is, she's not really supposed to be Joker's daughter.
Yeah, neither is my grandmother.
Yeah, I don't know. This show.
So, oh, go ahead, Mo.
No, the whole thing is just terrible. And when you said, like, oh, we did this in Titans, like, maybe we could do this, and it's the same guy. It's Berlanti. It's still Berlanti doing it. So that's why I'm like, this should have, like, at the very least, you should make it even, potentially connect, because you're running all these things, and. The Batman, you could have still used the dude from Game of Thrones Batman. You could use another, like, oh, it's his blood child. Well, first of all, if it's Gotham Knights, for me, this is not how that show should be. I read Gotham Knights, the comic, and it's like, hey, one week we'll get a Nightwing show. The next week we'll get a Birds of Prey show. The other week we'll get like couple of Robin adventures, and it'll culminate. Their paths will meet together to the big bad. Like that's what Gotham Knights the comic was, and that's a great format for a TV show because you only have to like make mini arcs for about 3 episodes a piece, and if you're gonna make them 12 episodes, then it's like, okay, you got 4 major Bat family characters you can focus on, and then a myth arc. And that leads to the last 2 episodes. The last 2 episodes, you could do a double 2-hour finale, and then it's like a mini movie, like a TV movie in a sense with commercials. And that's easy. That's an easy format. Like I don't know why Berlanti can't do that.
I
Like
mean, but
he could just read some
at this
fucking
point,
comics. Yeah.
at this point, they've had more success with their shows that aren't connected, right?
I don't even know, but what I do know is like this thing, it just feels, well, it feels weird to us 40-plus-year-old men, and I can't even speak for Jay because Jay hadn't even talked on it yet, but maybe this is what the crowd that watches CW, like, maybe they're vibing with this. I don't know.
Are you vibing with this? Jay Frozen?
A
He's
little.
saying us, he know us.
Oh. Oh, you weren't moving, Jay. We were like, uh-oh. Okay,
No.
so you're vibing with it a little.
No, I'm vibing a little bit with it.
Okay, talk to us. Like, what is it? What
Yeah,
is it
it's
like
just odd to me. That, sorry. I don't know that I necessarily like it, but it's definitely watchable. Like, I don't know if I will keep watching it. Like, they made the mistake of not offering the whole season for sale. So,
Okay.
Well, the first
Yeah.
episode just came out today.
Yeah, but you can buy like
Yeah,
if you're on Apple TV, you can
Well-
buy it ahead of time.
Like next week, you
yeah,
can
with
watch
the, Apple TV and Amazon Video, they sell the season. And so when each new episode comes out, like, you've already paid for it. So it just shows up in your library. But
I mean,
every once in a
it's
while,
free
the
on the
show will
CW.
decide that they're going to sell each episode individually. And they lost out on a bunch of money because I'm not sure I'm going to come back to it.
Well, it's also free. Like they're not selling it. Like it's free.
Well, but
we've
it's free.
talked about this. I've talked about this before, but the WB app and me don't get along.
It's on CW. CWTV.com.
CW. Yeah, we don't get along, me and those apps. They hate me, I hate them. And we just decided to like move away, just avoid each other.
Turns out they're doing you a favor.
Well, but that's the thing. It's like their whole system is they're making it hard for you to give them ratings because in Jay's case, and it's like, okay, Jay's willing to pay for it and give it a chance. Like he'll judge the first episode, not entirely like it, but he'd be okay buying the season and then judging it on the whole season. Money up front, and that's like bad business. It was like he's trying to do that, and I know he does that for a lot of things.
Season, and even if I didn't like it, the first episode, it would still, like, they would still have their money already, and there's a chance I would go back to it because it's already paid for. But if you're trying to make me pay week after week, like, I don't know that that's going to happen. Like, they're doing so many odd things like this.
Well, it's just an extra step.
Tucker Hayes. Like, I don't know who he is or where he comes from. And I just kept thinking, like, it should have been Carrie Kelly. Like, she should have been the daughter. Like, it would have been weird, but it's already weird. Like, at least it would be familiar.
Yeah.
It makes more sense for a Bruce Wayne to have her as a daughter than it does some random kid.
Look,
that
even
none of us
spoiler.
ever.
Even spoiler works.
Just the dynamic, and I think that there's a thing where it's weird. It would be weird for anybody to be Batman dad. You know what I'm saying? But like, or any guy. Maybe that's the way to say it, because it's like Batman has a son, and he doesn't call him dad. Really, you know what I'm saying? Like, this wants to get like hurt real bad.
Well, but he,
you know,
when he has to call him, when he does have to call him a paternal title, he says father. It's like
exactly, and you're right.
Yeah,
it was a huge news story in the last issue of Nightwing. Nightwing hugs Batman and calls him dad.
no.
Like it
That's what I'm
exploded all
saying.
over news sites.
Like that's not the type of relationship that
we don't do
Batman
news
has. That's not the kind of relationship that Batman has with the young men in his life. You know what I'm saying? And so it's weird that, you know, you get like you start this show and it's like, you know, Bruce Wayne's my dad. It's like, you know, my dad.
He sheltered him from it, and it's like that's almost a Wolverine and X-23 show, but not Wolverine and any other of his like mentees. You know.
It's so weird.
He was so proud that you didn't let the darkness consume you. Oh, you mean like Grayson or Tim Drake, or even Jason Todd a little bit?
Listen, I was just kind of blown away, and you know what? It's gonna sound weird, but this is true. Like this kid, like I spent the good majority of the first half of this thing looking at his forehead. He has a weird forehead. Like it has like a little, like he looks like a little horn is trying to, you know, it looks like a little horn is trying to pop out of his head, like the bone structure. He has like a little point right here, and then like little points right here, and it's like when his face wrinkles the wrong way, it like you could see.
He's wearing that
like
cowl underneath. He's got like a prosthetic. Now, and you know what? They also implied that Batman killed Joker in this show.
Yeah,
they did.
I didn't even take it seriously because, like, I really don't think Batman's dead.
Whose body is that then?
Hush.
It's like, did Batman put that body there, or is it a body double? Like, Batman keeps a cadaver on deck just in case he has to fake it.
You know, like if I thought the writers of the show had any kind of comic intelligence, I would say, oh, that's Hush, and Bruce Wayne's gonna come back later. And no, they don't think that far ahead. I'd be shocked if this show gets a season 2. I really think they just threw this on there because it was done. There was a report a couple months back about how CW hasn't even made money in a long time.
I will tell you, like, I don't even remember that this. Like, did we talk about this show?
Yeah,
coming up. I don't remember. Like when you were all like watching Gotham Knights, I was like, "What are we talking about? Gotham Knights? I don't even know what we're talking about."
I think when they announced it, we discussed it, but then forgot all about it. And I'm guessing we all assumed it was canceled when they started slashing stuff. But no, it's still there.
And here's the other thing. Well, actually, you know what? I'll wait till Moses comes back to mention this because Moses can definitely like he might be able to help with a visual here or whatever. But
by the way, pause the video every few seconds or we'll get copyright striked again.
Oh, okay. Well, they're like Joe's like, I'll just take it off. Like the idea that like, you know, they're like they made Robin, but it doesn't look anything like Robin. Like that's so weird. Like I could totally get like, you know, you don't go for like the classic Robin outfit. That's fine. But why no? Like there's nothing that you would look at on that character and be like, oh, it's Robin. Like you can't, it's like an unrecognizable character. And that's so weird. Like it's such a strange choice. And so I'm wondering what that was all about.
And that's Berlantiverse, but still like holdover from like the no capes thing, I think. You know, like they want to give it a little more edge or a little bit more. I know.
But Mo, it can't be that. I know, because like they got Stargirl, right?
Yeah, but that's over.
I'm just saying,
look,
like,
you know, they got Dr. Midnight with the little hands and the gloves, like.
At least, look. The sad fact of the matter is, Dr. Midnight is more recognizable than Robin, which is like
this Robin looks like Dr. Midnight, but better. Actually, this costume would be a better Dr. Midnight than what they got in Stargirl.
That's hilarious. It's kind of true too. The other thing that blew my mind is, when I finished watching the episode, they were like, this season on Gotham Knights, right? And, spoiler-ish, I guess, for people that haven't seen it, even though, trust me, we're doing you a favor.
Yeah.
Again, they show, the Court of Owls is hinted at in the show. And then they're like, this season on Gotham Knights, and they do like the little teasers of what's going to happen in this season. And they show the Court of Owl mask like a couple times. Why do the Court of Owl masks look like that? Like, I'm like, that joy, like the Court of Owl mask that they gave away at Comic-Con looks better than the Court of Owl mask in this TV show. Which I'm just like, I'm not saying that you have to make it look exactly like it does in the comic book, because I get it. Like, you go from property to property, you want to have slight differences so people can be like, okay, that's our Court of Owls mask versus your Court of Owls mask.
Realistically, like, why do you need that?
Need the differences?
Yeah.
For whatchamacallit purposes, like,
so you know which one's the one that's shitty?
Well, no, I mean, like marketing and retail type purposes. Like, for instance, that's why they make the costume.
They're not making they're not making toys out of this.
Well, they're not making it yet, but if it's popular, they will.
They didn't make toys out of the comics.
I think that's true. I think they did make.
But they came out already. So technically, like, that's so good. Let's make it like the shit that's so good.
Well, I think that there are legal ramifications where if you make the design different, so that you can say, well, no, they bought it because this is our version, not the comic book version. Like, if you make it just like the comic, technically,
to screw Scott Snyder, huh? To screw Capullo.
I mean, it's not screw Scott Snyder necessarily. I don't know. It might be, but Scott Snyder don't have probably any merchandising rights to any of this stuff anyway. More likely than not. But but more than anything, it's just separated. But either way, what I'm saying is, you can change a design and it still look similar. Like, if you look at the Gotham Knights video game, they changed the design to the Court of Owls mask in that game, and you look at it and it doesn't look as good as the comic book to me, but it looks like the Court of Owls still. Like, the Court of Owls mask, like, they got these big noses that I'm just like, what is happening? Like, that is not an owl. That's a pelican or something. I don't know. Like, I'm like, this is crazy.
Like, I wish you could put it in chat or put it so I could see it, because I honestly I didn't finish. I didn't finish. I once I saw the Talon, and I freeze framed and looked at the Talon. I'm like, you know what? That's the easiest costume to do, because it's just a ninja with eyebrows. Yeah. And then when I saw how
it is a ninja with eyebrows, the Talon looks good.
yeah, but it doesn't look as good as like what it could look like,
I mean, Mo, what does that even mean?
I'm just saying it's the easiest one to make look like the comic, and it didn't look like I didn't like how it looked. I turned it off.
I personally think the Court of Owls is the easiest thing to make it look like a comic, because you're literally just talking about a suit.
But you just literally explained to me legally why they can't do it. So, like,
no, but you can make adjustments and it still look like what's supposed to look like.
But you gave me a reason. You gave me a reason why that needs to look like shit. So I gave you a reason why I didn't like Talon, and that's I stopped watching. That's all I'm saying. You don't need to. Okay. Like, I already bought into your thing that why we can't have a good, a decent looking Court of Owls here.
Yeah, I can't find a picture of it. It is crazy, the mask, though. I was trying to see if I could get a screenshot of it before, but
it's tough to find because there's a Court of Owls in the Gotham Knights game. That's what kept popping up when I looked it up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see, and because it hasn't like aired yet, it's like there's not like pictures ready. I tried to find the promo itself before the show, and I couldn't find the promo. Like, I even went to like the CW app. It only showed on my, huh?
You should have told me. I would have screen capped it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
Well, I see the mask. Is it this one?
I think that's from the game. That's from the game.
Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong thing. Sorry.
Yeah, that looks like it's from the game.
That's definitely not what I'm talking about. No, it's not that.
I wish it was that.
That's like one of the old masks. Right. Right. Oz, did you finish that game?
Yeah. It's fine.
Did you end up liking it?
No, not really.
What? Why are you saying it like that?
It's not that. There comes a point where you're just doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Like I want to go to the streets and fight crime, but it's all just land, beat up a bunch of criminals, and that's it. It's not really good.
That's unfortunate, man. Like, I feel like that game had a lot of potential.
The story is a little bit better, but when you start a story with Batman is dead, it's not a good story. And
why?
It's kind of a cop out. You got to kill Batman to now. First of all, I hate stories that kill Batman because now you wiped out Batman Beyond. Like that's never gonna happen.
Well, but also like they don't tell you who killed them or how, like who the fuck killed Batman? Like when somebody starts like this started, it's like, okay, who the fuck killed Batman? And it's like,
and then they're framing kids.
Yeah, they're framing kids, and it's like, okay, so you really want the public? You really expect the public of Gotham to think that that these bunch of fucking kids killed fucking Batman?
Like, how does that make the criminals look?
It's like Killer Croc's like, fuck, I almost got him, and I'm a bitch.
Wait, so
I had a big ass rock. I'm a big ass rock, but I'm a fucking bitch.
In the Gotham Knights video game, do they ever tell you who killed Batman?
Yeah, it's the opening. Like you actually see, he goes down like a G. Like, it's one of the few times that he goes down swinging with Ra's al Ghul. Like they go hard. It's a great scene to watch, but it's one of those that you get to a point where Batman just makes a decision that doesn't seem like something Batman would do because it's stupid, and it gets him killed.
Mm-hmm.
To take out Ra's al Ghul too. It's weird, but he does go down fighting. It's not like this show where like he's just crumpled on the street, and I guess he got shot.
Yeah.
And
thrown out a window. And then the guy could write on the window, "Your Batman is dead," without actually shattering the rest of it.
In blood too. In Bruce Wayne's blood, or was it paint? No, I guess it could have been paint.
It could have been whatever it was. It would have broken the window. Like I don't think he would have been. It would have been that legible. He should have done it on the wall over his desk or anything. That would have been more believable. But unless he actually drew it first and then made sure to throw him through that part of the window. But something that high with plate glass.
It bugged me that they found the Batcave, but there's no security. Like they hit the power button on the Bat computer, and they've hacked into every bank in Gotham City.
Batman has no password protection.
Like what the fuck? Where the fuck is Alfred?
I think he's dead.
Alfred's dead.
I think that Asian woman is Alfred.
Alfreda.
Which is a weird thing too, because I'm just like, who is this woman? Like,
why
where
does
she
she need
come
a
from?
British accent too? Like,
It's just a very strange thing because it's like it's already weird enough that just like some random kid lives in Wayne Manor and calls Bruce Wayne dad, but it's like, who is this woman? Like, like no, they don't tell you anything about her. And it's just
Also,
like
she never made a goddamn sandwich. And that's not just because a woman get in the kitchen. If she's the Alfred of the show, she hasn't
Alfred makes a lot of
she hasn't
sandwiches.
done
Yeah.
any butlerish thing.
he when
She just lives in the house too.
when Alfred is around, he's holding a tray. He's like,
Yeah.
Tend to your wounds, sir. And there's like tea
Right.
and coffee or whatever.
Right.
That tray either has tea or bandages or food.
Yeah, it has both. It has something to eat or drink and bandages, And here it's like she's just hanging around.
She's just sitting by the fire watching TV.
And that's why she gets paid 75% what Alfred got paid.
Well, for half the work. I think she's coming
looking
out ahead.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne would not invite a
There,
new
yeah, I
person
didn't
into his
hear you.
house. Huh?
Oh, you want to talk about comics now? All right. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Sorry, I was too busy being misogynist. I forgot about the comics angering part.
What comics? What are we talking about?
No, how you said like Bruce Wayne wouldn't invite somebody new into his house like that. I was more hung up on the misogyny part of it. With the family.
That's the. Listen, I don't feel like there's any version of Bruce Wayne that's just like, oh well, Alfred died, so I need a new person. I don't feel like that happens.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but I wasn't thinking about comics. I was too busy being misogynist.
No, I'm talking about TV. Even though I guess technically in the new Batman, there is another person in there with Alfred, right? Like in the Batman, when Pattinson calls, he's like, I need to talk to Alfred. Something bad's about to happen, and there's a woman, right? Or like another old woman.
Alfred was in the hospital.
But that woman works in the house or something, right?
She's from the temp agency.
Temp agency after Alfred got blown up.
Yeah,
like,
but she's still MI6. She's just,
I'm just saying, like in the Batman movie, apparently there's two people that are on staff.
Yeah,
it seems like. Because I feel like she was there before. But I don't know.
Even in the Keaton one, they had a staff, but like Alfred was the head of the staff.
I don't know if they have a staff in the Keaton one. I know they had more people there because they had a party, but they didn't have like an actual staff of people at the house.
No, because I remember like I think there was like a maid type, but
maybe.
I gotta watch it again.
Alfred
I remember
cleaned that whole house by himself.
Yeah,
like we don't need nobody dusting something and accidentally finding the Batcave.
I assassinated key Axis members, and now I'm dusting this motherfucker's house.
Right, this was a World War II hero.
Yeah, that day you can't talk about. Like he's like, yeah, when the aliens came, I shot them down too. But I gotta be, Batman's butler now. I gotta clean his. I gotta make sure his toilet trash can doesn't overflow because we got bad pipes in this old ass house.
So Jay, man, with you being a person that's like not necessarily going to watch the joint for free, you gotta pay to watch episode 2. I know you've said like, hey, I don't know if I'm gonna go week to week, but did they do enough that they would get you to buy next week's show just to check it out? Or are you more like, I'll wait to see if they give me a season bundle?
I don't know. Like, I'm probably actually going to end up just forgetting about it. Like, I don't know.
But Carrie Kelly, Joe.
Lawrence, you keep saying buy, but it's free.
No, but Jay has to buy it.
Yeah, I buy it.
Jay makes a choice to buy.
Yeah, because
Yeah, no. I understand. Like, listen, none of us are gonna pay for this.
Because Jay
is an oddity.
Jay's got that music money.
that Jay random money. It's right, exactly. No, but Jay is just this dude, man. Like, look, God bless him. Like, Jay might be the reason why the movie and some of these other entertainment industries didn't go under during COVID. You know, but you know, because I know that there's stuff where I'm like, Jay, all you gotta do is go to this app, and Jay's like, I'm good. I'll watch other damn stuff. And I'm like, okay.
So are we all just ignoring the mutants?
We're trying.
Yeah.
Which again, Carrie Kelly. So why not mutants? Why not?
They're all dressed like Cyclops.
Because
that's
a
mutant too.
You don't remember the mutant's visor?
Yeah, that's how they look. That's how they looked in Dark Knight Returns.
It was the future, though. This isn't the future, but
they had like spikes on their nipples too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look,
these guys all had
get nipple piercings. They definitely have like dermal implants in the comics.
Yeah.
I don't think we got that here.
I know. I wanted to get those, but I can't.
Why not?
Because you shouldn't. Like, realistically,
I agree.
Yeah,
no, it's a bad idea, and I agree. Listen, I'm just happy you recognized it.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I wanted to get him, but I can't. You're like, oh, okay.
I mean, I want to. One of my clients asked me Monday, he's like, hey, would you do those? I was like, honestly, like, yeah, I'm about 40. Like, I think I'd do it. But, you know, you got to go. It's a surgery. Like, you got to go to a surgeon, not like a dude 100%. In the corner.
No, man. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It's not a good choice. Not because there's anything wrong with it morally or anything. It's just that, you know, all types of things can go wrong.
Oh,
and then when you decide, I don't want that anymore.
I forgot then what happened? The mutants in Gotham.
Oh, then Jay should be
in Gotham, actually. Well, they'll cook it. You know,
in Gotham, the TV show?
Yeah.
When were there mutants in the Gotham TV show?
Hold on. How do I?
Larry, you watched it?
I didn't watch all of it. I don't remember mutants. Is it season 1 or 2?
Here, I'm sharing it. I don't remember. That whole show's a blur.
What episode number, Oz? Refer back to your notes.
I'm sharing the image now. If you guys want to.
Oh. The Gotham TV show?
Yeah. That right there, that's Catwoman. You could tell by the whip right here.
Cat Girl.
Oh my god. Yeah, I definitely. Why Cat Girl?
She's still very cat.
Yeah. Maybe.
Listen, I definitely did not get this far. That fool in the middle. I mean, actually, they all look like mutants, though.
Yeah. And he actually, there's another scene where like they actually show his teeth, and he's got the sharp.
Teeth, like in the. That's awesome. That's so crazy. Like, wait, why is that? Why were the mutants where Gotham was like, well, we got to make sure we do this right? Why was that where they were like, listen, we can't just come half-stepping with these mutants. We got to make sure. Look, everybody read the comic before they did the casting for the mutants. Meanwhile, Riddler's over here, just a regular-ass dude. Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, you can kind of see it.
Yeah, like that, like, look, there you go, Jay. That's why the music like Cyclops.
I'm a little upset that there's no nipple spikes.
It's like, where's my nipple spikes?
Teeth, so I can let that go.
Okay, good job, boss. That's called compromise.
And he's got the January 6th tattoo.
Why is it a January 6th tattoo?
Just because it fits, like he would be running up to the Capitol.
Yeah, he would get escorted around.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so
He's
should we rate Gotham?
having a good time.
Should we rate Gotham Knights
Yeah.
already? Yeah. Okay. Let's start with you, Oz. What would you rate the CW's Gotham Knight?
I didn't even mention, but does Bruce Wayne's son in all the promos pictures, is he wearing a katana? Like it looks like he's got a sword back. One, half of one.
I mean, technically, he is a championship fencer.
Yeah.
That shouldn't translate to a katana.
Katana, no.
Fencing is stabby
different.
stabby. Katana
Yeah.
is slashy.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I literally just said it shouldn't translate to a
Well, we
katana.
don't pay attention to what.
Oh, I thought you added a question mark. Sorry, I was reading you, not listening to you.
Question mark. Like I understand the difference between fencing and using a katana. Like it's like it shouldn't translate. But
Also,
I'm just saying that
is a
technically,
white guy,
yeah.
so that's cultural appropriation.
Got it. So one out of 5.
What's the lowest we can give? Have we
Zero.
ever given a 0?
I mean, you can if you feel it's a 0.
I don't know that we've ever given a 0.
If we're
Like,
going
you
by
know,
how
but-
I feel, like I want to give this negative numbers.
Damn.
Like I want
Is
to
it-
offset whatever. Like I know Jay's gonna give it like a 3.5 or a 4. So I want to offset that by like starting at -6, and then like, that'll take away the 1 or 2 points that you guys might give it.
That's hilarious. He's like net 0.
And that's generous. You guys know I'm gonna watch episode 2, right?
Of course we do.
You're gonna watch 3 seasons of it like you did Stargirl.
That's what I'm saying. You became a Stargirl fan.
No,
So
you mean Batwoman? Because Stargirl I actually enjoyed.
okay, yeah, like Batwoman. It doesn't matter. They're all terrible.
Yeah, they are.
So it's just like
I'm not.
Why? And don't get me wrong, I get it because it's like, look, if they were making bad X-Men shows, I would probably watch all of the bad X-Men shows. Like
Well,
I watched Gifted. Right? I watched Gifted.
Yeah.
Huh?
That was
with
about
the
it.
friggin' with the weird with the ramshackle Polaris, and like I watched that, and and even though it wasn't a bad show, but wasn't like the comic, I watched like Legion.
Yeah. Well, look, the people that work on Legion made fucking everything everywhere at once.
That's true.
Yeah. So
And
like
there it is. Yeah.
yeah.
They had
Like,
good ideas, just not for the right. It wasn't the character.
Yeah. Legion was good. It just, compared to all the Fox X-Men movies, like that was a masterpiece.
Oh, 100%. And
Yeah.
I think that's the whole where it boils down to, right? It's like, where are you putting your bar? Where's your bar start? And
Yeah.
right, if you're and that's the thing, like X-Men movies just didn't age well. That's all there is to it. Like it was great for the moment because we didn't have good comic book movies. But then you go back and you're like, actually, this joint's not that great. Anyway, Moses Magnum, what would you rate the CW's Gotham Knights?
Honestly, I can't really knock it as much as I would like to because I would want to knock it like from the comic book perspective. I would want to knock it, but realistically, this feels like it would be one of these like Minx comics or like Young Animal type comics, like Little Gotham or
like an
Gotham.
imprint.
Yeah. So it actually feels more like those comics than any of the other shows, and then the quality of the show is actually pretty good. Like the performances aren't bad; they're not entirely bad actors doing it.
I agree with that. The performances
and the way
aren't
the
bad.
stories go,
They're just not what they should be.
The story they want to tell, like, yeah, it does have a little bit of like plot holiness, but again, like I really think that Batman's gonna come back. Like he's not really dead, so that takes care of that. So, and then technically, like it looks good, shot well, and edited well. So it is about a 2.5. Like my comic book fandom would want to knock it down, but my film geek would add a 2 points to it. So from a technical perspective, yeah, it's worth 2 points. I'm sorry, Jay.
All right. I know, right? Like, you're hurting Jay.
Yeah.
No,
Jay,
it's
what
not
would you?
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know, but it's
What would
funny
you-
if I say it is.
What would you rate it, Jay? CW's Gotham Knights.
I would give it a 3. It's not good, but it's watchable.
Okay. Okay. I don't know, man. Like, I just, I guess for me, it's just more about the idea that I just feel like better. It's like the comics over there have such a rich history, and it like even if you want to do something different, there's a way to do something different that still feels like it's in the spirit of some of those books and some of those characters. And I don't know, this isn't it. It's not a terrible show. It's just not a show for DC comic book fans. So it's like, okay, well then who's it for? So I don't know. For me, I think I'm gonna give it like a 2. Yeah, I think a 2. Yeah, there's no good excuse for those quarter vowels of mass. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. So I guess technically, Oz, you would have had to give it like a -7 to offshoot us. Move on to
Wait,
Pobre Diablo. Oh, Pobre? Pobre? How do you say it? Pobre?
like, do we feel bad for him, or is he just broke? Like, are we
talking about the?
like? Is it like poor little devil, or is he just like he got no money?
No, he's like
Oh,
poor
man, look at
devil.
that house. Look
Yeah.
at the background.
You didn't watch that? You didn't watch it at all?
No, I didn't know we were watching this.
I don't read the chat. You just like whatever.
Look, I saw somebody asked, "What are we talking about?" And then Mo puts his package.
Is that what happened? Mo
Yeah,
just
that's exactly
sent you
what
a dick
happened. I
pic
know
in the
what this
chat.
is, but it looks like a comic book.
Yeah, I asked what are we talking about, and then I shared what I got. Like I got something in the mail, but I mean, either way, you didn't answer what we were talking about, and and then when we did say poor devil, like I guess all right, you didn't watch it. All right, you'll find out
So
if
poor
he's
devil.
over it.
Is it in Spanish? Is it actually in Spanish?
Yes.
There is a version of it in Spanish, yeah.
Well, it's made in Spain. It's made. It's HBO Max contracted a Spanish animation company and a production team to create this.
Now, regular Spanish or that Castilian?
Castellano.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
that's what it is. But that's the beauty of this show, that if you actually listen to the English, the English language track, it sounds a lot better in English.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what this show is. I'm interested. You got my attention.
It's the sequel to Rosemary's Baby. Unofficial sequel, spiritual sequel. So in Rosemary's Baby, like the whole time is the horror of it is her being pregnant with the devil's baby and what she's feeling, how the baby reacts to certain things and everything. And then when he's born, that cult of people that was protecting her is like, oh, he's got his father's eyes. And then you just see the weird little like thing in the carriage. And then and that's it. That's how the movie is. That's the big scare at the end. Oh, Roman Polanski's a genius, and he is a genius. But yeah, it's a little dated. You couldn't remake. They tried to remake Rosemary's Babies with Zoe Saldana, and it didn't work out. Like, it got canceled after like 4 episodes because it's just like the way Polanski did it. He did it good. So this, what it does, it's basically the kid grew up to a certain age and he's got about a month, and I believe the month is hell time, and so he could have probably about 12 years to destroy Earth, and Yeah. So he's raised in hell, and they send him back. And there's Rosemary right there, the dad that like sold for success, sold his wife to the devil, and they're just one big happy like mixed family. Yeah. And Mephisto's the cat, and Samael's the chick right here, and Stan is the devil's son, but he's always wanted to be an actor on Broadway. So once it's like, okay, so the building where they live in the movie, like that's where he goes. Like there's certain places on Earth that connect to hell. So this is our place. Like we bought real estate early, so this is where you're gonna live. You know, and it's the same apartment where he was birthed in the movie, and yeah, so but he's like, okay, I'm in New York. I'm going to be an actor. So he tries to be an actor and he tries to do things. And then he's like, I don't necessarily want to destroy the world. Yeah. And that's where the show takes place. Like they're trying to get him to do it. And he comes into he interacts with different humans that make him want to like, man, humanity sucks, but I still don't want to destroy it. Yeah. So it works out that way. It's only 8 episodes. The first two are really good. Like that's a good introduction. There's a few like fillery ones, but bring out other characters that you're gonna get to know, and then it doesn't finish where it like it. I feel like the season was a little too short. Like I think we still needed, and I'm rare for that. Like I think brevity in seasons is where we need to be now in this on demand type of world, but I needed a little like 2-3 more episodes of a story. I think I would have enjoyed.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, what do you think of Poor Devil?
What?
What do you think of Poor Devil?
Oh, it was okay. Like, it was a little funny, but the animation really hurt it.
How so?
The animation's not good. There's a lot of missing frames. It gets like really choppy in a bunch of places, and it like messes up a lot of their like physical humor. And I don't know if it doesn't feel like fresh or new, but it does feel like it does have its own identity. So, you know, that is what it is.
Right.
I watched it in Spanish. I couldn't find the English language version, which I think I would have preferred.
What did you watch it on?
Amazon.
Oh, you know what though? Does Amazon have like the settings for like audio and all that stuff?
Yeah, like they do it piss poor, but they do have it.
And none of them was like an English audio?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Like
That's
it
fair.
only has Spanish.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like it wasn't bad. Like I
Right.
did laugh. Not at everything, of course. But yeah, it was, I don't know. It's like, it wasn't bad. I did enjoy it. Um, but I'm not like over enthused, I guess. It was just like a fine, enjoyable watch.
Got it.
Because it is only 8 episodes, I was actually able to watch the whole thing today, like
Oh,
during
okay.
my breaks and on the way home. Um, Mo told me to watch episode 7. Episode 7 was great. Like,
Okay.
I need to watch it again, but It is great. Like, I don't feel like it does what it think it does. But it's still great. Like, it's a mood, like an aesthetic.
Yeah.
That
Oh, okay. That episode in particular.
yeah. Like, did you watch? How much did you watch, if
I
any?
only got to the second episode.
Oh,
But I did like you. I did actually watch the first episode in Spanish at first, and then I watched it again in English after I was able to realize it was available in English. But it was like a thing where it's interesting because I feel like the default, which is not normally the case for stuff, I guess that is out in America, like the default is the Spanish, and you have to physically go in and switch it to English. And so, because I noticed that was like how it was. Like I watched it on HBO Max, and that's how it was. Where it's like I watched it in Spanish, and I was like, oh, I guess there's not an English version available. And then I was like, oh, actually, I switched to audio, and I could watch it in the English version. And it's a whole, like, it's interesting. It is a different experience. Like the voice acting in English gives it a whole different vibe. But it's not to say there's anything wrong with it in Spanish. It's just that it's different, and it's interesting because I feel like having watched the first episode in Spanish, and then watching it in English, it definitely felt like some of the sensibilities were a little bit different, even though the animation was the same. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
I know.
So go ahead, Mo.
I speak Spanish. I understand Spanish and Castellano as well. And watching it, I'm like, you know what? When I realized that it was supposed to be in Spanish, I switched over. I'm like, you know what? I understand it. I'm gonna watch it how it was meant to be watched. I don't think it was meant to be watched in Castellano. It was meant to be watched in English. Like the performances, it just goes well. The voice, mouth sync is a little off, but the performances are just better in English. And and then today I went in researching, I realized that it was like HBO searched out these people to get this done for them. So it's actually like they're hoping it has impact in Spain, because in Spain culturally they don't have adult animation at all. And even though like Simpsons and Family Guy and Rick and Morty are all popular there, but they don't make any of their own. And this is one of the first to do it. And they're thinking because it's proven successful that they might have, get more stuff out there in this vein.
now, to be fair, what you mentioned earlier about the lip syncing being a little off in English,
yeah.
it's a little off in Spanish too. So
Yeah, well, that's the animation issue that you talked about. Did you watch it on TV or on your computer or on
both.
both?
I watched it on my phone and on my computer.
Did you feel the animation was better when you watched it on your phone?
No.
No, okay. Because I know
But
I did.
either way.
I watched it on my phone, my tablet, and on the TV. And when I watched it on the TV, I found it a little jagged. I don't know if it's the 24 frames per second thing or whatever. It just didn't upscale. I don't know in what format they actually did their thing and what my phone does or compared to my tablet, compared to my TV. But on my phone, I felt it kind of fluid, and I'm also on 5G, so that might mean something. But definitely, like once I saw it on my TV, it's like on my Wi-Fi, like it should be smoother. And on Wi-Fi, it looked on my TV and Wi-Fi, it looked or well, it's not even Wi-Fi, it's straight wired, but it should have looked more or just as fluid, and it didn't. But yeah. But then I got to episode 7, and none of that mattered because that episode was just.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I will say that the show is funny. Um, the main character, like the Antichrist guy, like I guess realistically, I liked all the characters, the other characters more than him, and that's unfortunate. Just because
He's too much of a.
Huh?
What is it that you don't like? Like, is he too much of a goody goody?
No, I don't have any problem with goody goodies. I just think that.
Is it because he let people eat his ass?
No, I think it's just that.
Is it because he got paid for letting somebody eat his ass?
All the other characters, I think, are a little bit more interesting, and so.
Fortunately for you, there's like a pretty big divide with their A and B stories. So you're going to get the characters that you like.
Okay. So that's cool. That's worth.
How far did you get into the show, Larry?
Only the first 2 episodes.
Oh, man. That means you did no pre-production this week.
Why is that no pre-production?
Because you had watched it when I told Jay to watch it like 3 weeks ago.
I had watched the first episode twice. I hadn't watched the second episode.
Oh, okay.
And then I also watched Little Demon.
Okay.
So,
But how many episodes of Little Demon did you
like? That show really hits. The animation is great. The characters are pretty awesome. The comedy is on point. Like, that show I actually am enthused about. Like, I really enjoy that show, despite all my feelings towards hell and the devil.
Well, we love you, Jay, no matter what you feel about us.
Wait. I was sitting here like, what feelings does Jay have in regards to hell and the devil? Like, what are we talking about? Exactly?
He doesn't want to join us in eternity.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of hell or the devil.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Us who? who is us?
The minions of hell, like the pantheon.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were talking about like the other 3 of us. I was like, wait a minute.
No, not you guys.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I was like, listen.
I think Jay would enjoy hell, but I know you guys won't.
Wait, you guys know me and Oz?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So what did you think of Little Demon?
I only watched the first episode, but I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. Like, yeah, like little Demon is no joke. It's no joke, and it's one of those things where, it definitely was a contrast, just because, like I said, I had watched the first episode of Poor Devil twice, and then watched the second episode. And, I was just like, yeah, I just don't think I'm not a big fan of the main character. And, I don't know. It's not like there's anything wrong with that character. It's just that character feels like the least interesting, I think, aspect of the show. And I kind of feel like Little Devil was like the complete opposite. Even though there's a whole bunch of interesting characters in that show. Little Demon. I'm saying that Little Demon felt like the complete opposite, in the sense that there's a lot of interesting characters in Little Demon, but I was really invested in the main character, in Christina. I was just like, oh, like I rock with her. Like, I want to know more about her journey. And, and like her mom is hardcore. Her mom's like a friggin', like, she's basically like demon hunting Sarah Connor. You know, and I'm just like, dude, like that's an amazing ass character. And especially considering like where you start with that character in just the one episode, right? Like where you start with the character and then where you the image you have of that character by the time you get to the end of the first episode, and it's just like, wow, like that's almost an arc in and of itself, even though it's all the same person, you know. But it's just like that's just what you learn. So I was like, oh no, it's cool. It's cool. Like I would say this though, I'd probably keep watching both of them because especially like with Mo talking about like episode 7 of Poor Devil, it's like I'd watch that to episode 7 just to see what the hype's about. And then, you know, Jay, you know, you talked about it as well, saying how much you liked it. So it's like, yeah, like I'd keep watching just to check that out. And then also too, like I didn't know, I would have just watched it just on GP. Because like you said, the show's not bad. It's just that, but when you said, oh, they have divides between A and B stories and you get more from the other characters. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like that's probably what I would actually like from that show.
There's an episode where they're trying to pass legislation to get so that 3-year-olds can get guns. And that's pretty fun because, you know, the poor devil has to fuck a senator so he can put it on the ballot. And that exchange is the thing is this poor devil is like he's like a good kid. And
he's not built for any of this.
He's not built for destroying the world, and he's not built for but he still has a loving father in Satan, and which is more than I had, and his dad's fucking the devil. And so and then he's like he can't like you know he can't navigate through Earth because the people are worse than what he's dealt with in hell.
Mm-hmm.
And that adds a layer of humor that is not really like it's more subtext than it is a plot points, and that to me just adds to this show. Whereas where with Little Demon, a lot of it like there is still a little bit of subtext, but a lot of it's more overt and
I agree with you on that.
Crass,
at least in the first episode.
Where Poor Devil is a little more subtle and a little more high concept, you know. But I like them both. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, say again.
What?
And a lot more censored.
Uncensored?
No, I said, yeah, Poor Devil's a lot more censored than Little Demon.
Yeah, but they got whatever reasoning they have for that. But again, I don't mind censorship like that. Like the blur is just as funny as seeing the penis or boobs or whatever. Like, you know, I don't need to jack off to cartoon boobs. But it's just like
maybe you just don't.
I mean, I have. I'm not gonna lie. I've never done it, but you know, shit. Like there's that one hentai website that's just like Webtoon but for hentai, and then they charge $5 a month after you blow your first load. Like it's terrible, so predatory.
But I agree with you 100%, Mo.
About the cartoon boobs.
No, in regards to like Little Demon is 100% like in your face.
Yeah, and I appreciate that too.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what I like. I like that I live in a world where both of these exist. You know,
right?
And they can still, you know, hopefully be successful if people vibe with Poor Devil. You know, I feel people watch Little Demon. I don't know if that gets aired on any actual network other than streaming, but I've seen it's gotten pretty good numbers, so we're gonna get more, you know.
Yeah.
One of the things I like about Poor Devil is the art style, the design of these. I really enjoyed the art style a lot, and that's where I couldn't believe that it wasn't American because it's like done well. Like usually these international cartoons have unless you're talking about Japan, but they have a little weird art styles, and this feels like it was like from here. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Oz, do you have any reservations about watching an animated show about where the devil plays a central kind of or central-ish role?
No, not really.
Yeah, I feel like you should check both of these out, Oz. I would be interested to find out which one of these shows you resonate with more, like which one you find more interesting or more funny, because they're both worth trying, and I could definitely see, um, based on just what you were saying, Moses, like there might be some people that one of these shows resonates with them more than the other. I don't know that it's like, but I don't know that you necessarily would like. I don't know if people would dislike one and like the other. It
Right.
might be a thing where it's just like you
Might
have
not
one
like
that maybe you favor,
yeah.
huh?
Or they would not like either. Like none of them is for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of feel like it's one of those things where you would maybe like either rock with both, and maybe you like one more than the other, or you just don't rock with either one, and you dislike one more than the other. So yeah. So um, anything else you all want to say about Poor Devil before before we actually go ahead and rate it? Oh, that's pretty cool. That doesn't happen in the first episodes.
It doesn't happen in the last episode either. It's
Oh,
just a
what?
pro picture.
Yeah, no, but it's a good shot. I get it.
um,
Get it.
One thing I would say is, yeah, watch episode 7 if you don't want to watch the whole thing, but you want to watch something good. Like episode 7 in and of itself is a good. Like I think that like if it was released on its own, could have been like nominated for best animated short. Like the story was good, and like the story was just good, and the way they executed was good, and it was different than what they've been doing because what they've been doing is still a little dull, like Rick and Morty type, and then this one was like one of those Rick and Morty episodes that's just like maybe a little heavy, and they did
Yeah.
this heavy, but they did it like European heavy. Like this is like
Mm.
Roman Polanski directed this episode, but that episode, like man, like I didn't come here to cry. Like
No, I'll definitely check it out. Like I'll probably just watch it all the way through. So I'll definitely get to episode 7.
okay, I was
You said it's
zoning
only
out.
8 episodes, right?
Only 8 episodes, but around 5 or 6, I was zoning out because I'm like, okay, I gotta get through this, and it wasn't as interesting as the first like 3. And then 7 came, and I'm like, oh, I'm all in. Like, I love this. And then it ends with 8. And then so I felt like 8, the ending in 8 I felt it was a little too rushed. Like I maybe had 2 more episodes. I think a 10 episode season would have been like ideal story wise, but it worked out. I mean, if you get to 8 and after 7, like it still works out, but it's like you can't give me 7 and then just rush to the end of the world.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, it just
Yeah.
depends, I guess, what they're doing next season. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, shoot. Let's do it. Jay, what would you rate Poor Devil?
I would give it a 3. Like, I like the story and the characters, but I did have some issues with the animation, and some of the like physical comedy was a little off.
Okay. Moses Magnum, what would you rate Poor Devil?
I would give it a 4 out of 5. Like, I really enjoyed it, and usually I don't enjoy European stuff. Like, I feel it moves too slow, and I feel like they're like, how can we make a European style thing for Americans? And I think they succeeded. Like, it's the right balance.
Okay, cool. As for myself, I'd give it a 3.5. I liked it, but there were some aspects of the main character that just didn't, I guess, maybe resonate with me as much as I would have hoped. And so,
Was it because he doesn't like to masturbate?
that's what it is. It's like, how dare he?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's just, I think, but at the same time, I watched a lot less of it than everybody else. So my opinion might change as I, continue on through episodes 3 through 8. But as for right now, I'm going to give it a 3.5. So, so what would you rate our review of Poor Devil?
Sounds interesting. Not necessarily sure I'm actually gonna watch it though.
Oh, what a bitch!
You're not gonna watch Poor Devil or friggin' Little Demon?
Probably not.
Damn, we didn't do a good job. All right, rewind. Let's start the review from the beginning.
Play the Kank card.
I know, right? Indeed. We got a few minutes before we get out of here. Anything anybody want to talk about in particular? Anything? Anybody been reading anything interesting?
I've been reading The Ship with the Red Hair.
Nice. Look, I'm still waiting for my copy, sons of bitches. It was supposed
I
to
got
be
my
here.
second copy that supposedly was supposed to be here at the end of the month.
Yeah. I was got this copy too.
Yeah.
Look, Joe, you downloaded your copy already?
Yeah, I have it. I have it on my phone, but I think I have it on my tablet too. I gotta double check.
So it's just Lawrence that hates his friend.
Yeah, I'm the only one that doesn't support Derek H. Apparently, even though I guess technically I've already supported him because he has my money. I just don't have my book.
Yeah, and that's all he cares about.
Right, exactly. Like, Derek don't care if I read that book or not.
Realistically, like when you said you've been reading anything, I haven't been reading it. It's just there.
Why haven't you been reading it?
Well, I just haven't had time to like just sit down and do it. So, but I'm gonna.
Listen,
I'm in.
All of
I'm
you
in,
need to read
I'm
that
in
book
chapter
we're
2.
talking about it on the show, huh?
I'm in chapter 2.
Okay.
And the
no reviews yet.
The less we talk about it on the show, I think we're doing him a favor.
Damn!
You can't say that. No, you can't say that. No, like I mean, yeah, like
Jay's got it.
Jay's on chapter 2 also.
Yeah, there it is. So, okay, cool. So yeah, I ain't what you call it. I'm waiting on my copy, but I'm sure it'll be here any day now.
I got my second copy in the mail. That was the package that showed up that I showed you guys in the.
Oh, gotcha. You said it feels like comics.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
I mean, it's pretty close to that. Like, it's a pretty.
Well, there's no pictures in it, and there's no like.
Right, but I mean, as far as packaging, like it's.
Yeah. I was like, look, I'm not gonna say I was disappointed when I opened it and it wasn't comics. But yeah,
I'm gonna say it, but he was. He was
like, comics. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
is this something like what did I buy drunkenly? You know? Like,
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I bought that sober.
The cover makes me angry.
I wish it was white.
I do too, because then it could be better.
Does the cover make you angry?
The ship on the cover is not the ship that I'm reading about so far. In fact, it looks like the Botany Bay, which makes me even more angry.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fair.
That's why I wish the cover was white, because we can just have somebody draw it exactly how it is inside.
Although he did put a redheaded woman in the cover. So,
Yeah, but
but he might have gone Hollywood.
But you can't judge a book by its cover. That's a very important lesson in life.
It's true. Jay, are you reading chapter 2 right now, Jay?
Say again?
Are you reading chapter 2 right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
The new Sonic Omnibus came out today. So.
Are you reading that right now during the show, Joe?
I was.
It's like, Joe, we only got 5 minutes of the show left, Joe. I mean, if you want to just tune in, so if you just want to be engaged, that would help. Like, you can talk to us about the Sonic Omnibus. Like, we will listen.
He literally just asked, "Are you reading anything interesting?"
Right. Joe took it like a challenge. Like, actually, I read Sonic Omnibus right now.
Well, I was gonna bring it up, but Mo beat me to it with the red hair shit.
Oh yeah, but we don't need to do 5 minutes of that. Like, I just wanted to give a quick plug to my friend. Like, we could realistically, like, what's the cover for the omnibus look like for Sonic?
It's just a portrait of Knuckles, but it's interesting. Like, Robotnik deployed a metal virus that turns people into like robot zombies. And
you're on
Sonic is
3.
infected, but he can running combats the virus, but he can't he has to rest, and then it will start to take over if he rests, and 2, he can't really help save anyone because anyone he touches contracts the virus. So they're trying to figure out how to stop it. It's really interesting. They've got the story is split off into a bunch of different paths. You got Sonic doing his thing, Tails doing his thing, Amy Rose and the Resistance doing their thing. It's all pretty cool, pretty interesting.
I don't know if
these are a lot better than I thought they were gonna be.
I don't know if it's the way you explained it or if it's my PIM particles, but I want a chili dog.
No, I get it.
I was sitting here listening to you, Jay, and I was like, "What episode of The Last of Us is this?" I was like, "Wait a minute, okay, that's fair." And so, Oz, you said he's in volume 3. How do you know that?
I looked it up, and the Knuckles cover is number 3.
I was like, "Is Oz reading Sonic comics?" But I should have known that.
No. Issue 1 is Sonic, issue 2 is Tails, and issue 3 is Knuckles. Not issue. I'm sorry, book.
They're the IDW ones.
Yeah.
Jesus,
the number 3 is $50.
Yeah, they're all because they're all
on Kindle.
How much on Kindle?
24.
That's a low deal.
That's a low deal, man.
And I was able to get the first 2 volumes cheap. They were less than 24. I don't know if they were on sale or if the price is just reduced.
I'm looking at them in Amazon. They're both around $40.
Yeah, so they must have been on sale or a prime discount.
Here we go.
More money. Let's stop it right there. So how much were issue 1 and 2? They were $12, is it?
I don't remember exactly. I think they were $10, maybe 12.
On Amazon right now, I'm seeing it for $38.39. In issue 2, I'm seeing for $43.99.
But those
issue
are
3 is $52.61. Yeah,
those are. Yeah, we're talking about digital, man.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the right price. If you're buying a digital book, it should be
Well, these are 450-page books.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, these the omnibuses are awesome. They're in suggested reading order, and they're huge. So final thoughts time?
Yeah, we could do that. That way you could still be here.
Thoughts time, yeah. Play the music. Play my music. Or not.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I accidentally
Stanley what? What'd you say, Mo?
that I accidentally turned off the looping. You might have to click on
Oh.
that.
I got it.
Okay, cool. Oscar, final thoughts.
Quick preview for my next package.
Hold on.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Elbow.
He's got a squirrely package.
This is actually the best thing in that package.
There it is. Jay, final thoughts.
The Sonic the Hedgehog Omnibus 3 came out today. Check it out. Pretty good.
I love it. Moses Magnum, final thoughts.
I mean, like, subscribe, hit the bell. There's stuff coming, I promise. And I was gonna say something like be good to each other, but there's too many of us around. So, I'm not gonna say be bad to each other. But I'm not gonna stop you.
Mom's like, take some of these sons of bitches out.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's not.
For the entire Fantastic Forum, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. We'll be back next week. Please feel free to go ahead and hit us up, whether it be in, friggin' in the comments, or, hitting us up and letting us know, on social media, what it is you want us to talk about, what you like, what you don't like, all that. So, until next week, we are the Fantastic Forum. Have a good night.